even have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. Oh, family, this is the Talk Beat Jones, and I am Billy E. Jones. Call me that Jones size guy. And we're here every Wednesday from 10 to 11. And of course, you can pick us up on that YouTube. RJ. Ooh, I'll come back with that one. That's the RJ channel. Let's see, RJ Watkins. You go to RJ Watkins and you can watch all of our programs live. But you also can go to that YouTube TV33 on demand, and you can see all of the programs, including the Talk Beat Jones, the programs that we have put into the situation where you can go back through the years and see the programs. You're able to see this program by looking at the date or the picture and pull it up and share it with your friends. We do ask you to share and like the program. Well, once again, this is the Talk Beat Jones, and we're supposedly going to have a special guest today, and we'll see if that guest is going to come in and bless you with the presence of my guest. But in the meantime, I believe we have a caller. Let's go to the caller now. Sir, are you there? Caller. Let's do this
Hello?
now.
Hello?
Okay. Hello.
Yes.
I can't hear you. Can't hear me.
I can barely hear myself.
I know. Sound. Talk to me now.
This is Leo Brazil.
Oh, okay. Hold on a minute. I see the engineer is having some situations going on that he's taking care of. So you just be there and talk to me now.
Just
Leo?
chilling out on the West Coast.
Okay, he's working on something there, and he'll let me know when things are much better, I'm sure.
All
Okay,
right.
talk to me, Leo. I can hear you. Talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, just keep talking. He's trying to get the sound up. I got to have more volume out here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just sitting here in Oakland, California, waiting to see what the Talk Beat Jones is all about.
Okay, okay.
I always come on to get educated.
Always come on to get educated. Well, I want to say that this is kind of funny. As many years as I've been doing this, Leo, your sound was down, and the reason we was having a problem is I put my foot and kind of pulled one of the cards loose. So I apologize to the family. That was a mistake that Billy Jones made, and I apologize, and I'll try to keep my big foot off of the cards. Okay, so Leo.
Yes, sir.
Tell me what is going on in Oakland, California that you feel we should know about.
Well, we kind of touched on it last week when we were going off. You guys were talking about the gentrification of Detroit.
Now,
Well, the same thing
can you do me one favor?
Sure.
For folks who don't understand, remember we have all type of folks who have different educational backgrounds. We got people who are here watching, who don't have the complete understanding about English. We have people watching around the world who are trying to use the program to understand what we're saying and what it means. So this word gentrification, would you kind of break it down and let people know what that really means to a community?
Well, it means it comes from the English expression, the landed gentry. The gentry were the people that owned the land. If you were a landlord, you own the land. So that was the gentrified class. Well, that word has come over here to America to signify an area of low-income people that is being taken over by the landed gentry, meaning that the people that come in and start buying the property in low-income neighborhoods, become the landlords. But instead of renting to the low income people, they move in themselves and start renting to a higher class of people that could pay more rent, pushing the low income rent people out of the neighborhood.
Now, how do they push the people who are presently in the neighborhood? How do they push them out? They just physically push them out, or get the sheriff to come out and push them out, or how do they strategically do that?
Well, first of all, if most of the people are renters, they're easy. You just come in to the owner of the property and offer them an amount of money that they normally wouldn't get. And so they sell you the property, you become the landlord, then you can bring in a higher rental people to replace the low-income tenant that you put out.
And we used to have laws concerning the tenants' rights. Was that changed, or was that revoked, or how did they manipulate the fact that the renters do not have the protection that they used to have in terms of their rent going up, or their rent going up, etc., being moved out? How did they change that?
Well, if you have low income people that vote, they usually will have some political representatives on the local city council or board of supervisors that will put some kind of rent control laws or some kind of eviction laws in that give them at least some advantage. And that is a local government determination. But most cases, the local government is controlled by the real estate interests, and they will not put in rent controls or any kind of tenant protections, and the tenant is just pushed out. Now, the way that the gentrification comes in, why they call it gerrymandering, is because they draw the district lines that the elected representatives have to run in, and those lines usually are heavily weighted toward the majority citizens. And then the problem then is the renters generally don't own the property or can have the money to buy any property because they can't go and get a bank loan to buy the property.
Okay,
now that's called redlining.
Okay.
Their districts are redlined, and they have then no way of owning the property themselves.
Mm-hmm. I see. Hold up. We got to make not you. Come through. Not you.
No.
But I was speaking. I'm having something going on in the studio as we speak. This is hot off the press of the TV 33 WHPR studios right now. Tim, do your thing. So I want the family to understand that as we started off our program today, we have a star that just walked in the door, and she is not walking out the door without talking to you, the family of TV 33 WHPR that's going all around the world. I want you to tell your friends, tell your family, tell your associates, tell other folks that you just want to share this information, that we have a superstar coming in here today to talk to you and give you her history, give you what's going on with her, and you're going to receive it because you're going to know who I'm speaking of. You're going to know who I'm speaking of. But I'll tell you what, you get ready again to let your family know that coming up now, we've got some history. We've got some history, but you know what? History is what's happening today as well. So we're going to give you the history of the superstar, and then we're going to give you the history of what she's doing today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all around the world, fans, friends, associates, folks who just love wonderful music and love a lady that can be out front and write it, produce it, and do it all. Family, can I bring to you none other than Miss Bunny DeBarge.
Thank you. I love your voice.
Yes, thank you.
Hello.
And tell us, no, I want you to look at the family.
Okay.
I want the family to see you. I don't want you to look at me. I'll look at you, but I want you to look at the
Okay.
family because I want them to see this beautiful woman. And now, Bunny, would you kind of introduce yourself to the family, reintroduce yourself, and maybe kind of throw a few things about that family that you come from?
Hi, I'm Bunny DeBarge from the famous group
Ow,
DeBarge.
let me do like I used to. Ooh! Okay, I'm chill now. I'm chill. But I used to like you a whole bunch.
Oh, do you still?
I still love you, but
Okay.
you know, them young crushes be something, I tell you.
Yes, they are. Okay, yes, I'm from the group DeBarge back in the 80s. That was with Motown Records. We started right here in Detroit, Michigan. Lived on the west side on Ohio Street between Chalfonte and Eden. Is that a little bit too much information?
Oh,
But
no,
just
no, no.
letting you
You're
know that
home
I'm
girl.
here. I'm from here. I'm a diva of Detroit.
Tell us, what was your history of like growing up in Detroit?
Well, I went to Clinton Elementary, post junior high, and I left from when I was like 12, 13 years old. Went to Grand Rapids, Michigan. But here in Detroit, my mother started us off, the first five of us, who is me. I'm the oldest of the 10.
Wait, are you the only young lady in that family?
I have a sister that is the baby
Okay,
of us 10. And then I have half sisters.
okay.
and
So
brothers
it's
as well.
it's expensive. The family is expensive.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So, yes, with my mom, who's the one that actually taught us to sing, and her family was the ones that sung to her father, taught them to sing. There's 10 of us,
Okay.
and I'm the oldest of that 10. I'm the oldest of all of them, actually.
Okay.
But we started here in Detroit, and she started us very early. I think I started singing in kindergarten, actually, at Bethel Pentecostal Church here. That was on Mack and Gratiot
Okay.
at the time.
Okay.
And right across the street from the police station. I remember that.
Didn't get no trouble, did you?
And I started singing at the Christmas programs. My mom saw I did very well with that, and she got me as well as the rest of my brothers, which was Bobby, Tommy,
Wait.
Randy, and Marty.
Don't go too fast because when you hit them, tell us a little something about them in terms of what groups, what they did singing wise, and then we'll come back to it.
Okay, Bobby and Tommy were in the group Switch, who actually paved the way to California for us to go to California to be with Motown Records. Motown had left here once we, it was like, 69, something like that, when we went to Grand Rapids, and I started high school there. But here we were on the radio stations. My mom would dress us up, get us early up in the morning, and we would sing gospel, and we would call, the little DeBarge children. And so, the rest is
There you are.
history. We started here.
I see we have a photo. Can you kind of let them know from left to right, bottom to top? Let's start with the top first. Left.
Okay.
The audience. This would be to their left. Or this would be to the audience right.
Okay. Well, okay.
Let's go with my left arm.
Your left arm? Okay. James is at the top. These are my little brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. James, Randy, and Mark. And then then Al next to me.
Okay. That's L DeBarge at the bottom.
That Al DeBarge is at the bottom.
All right. We'll
with
come
a
back to
little
us.
curl in his forehead.
Was that the Superman squirrel?
Ah,
Yeah, he's
maybe
kinda-
the Superfly.
Correct me. You know about that. That was
No,
a, that-
actually, it was the DeBarge thing, I wore my hair cut on the sides. I didn't have any sides and straight down the middle. And so the guys kind of, they kind of wanted to be after me.
Did you design that?
Yes, I did.
Wow. So you were into your own world.
I was into my own world. I started that as a little child, so.
My. So
Yeah.
tell me, in the business that you're in, how did you break in? I mean, I'm going to switch up. Oh, switch.
Switch.
Come back to switch.
Yes.
The guy, Gerald Williams, what's his name?
Greg
Williams.
Mhm.
Passed the tape to Barry Gordy.
That's right.
Gordy signed you guys, put you on payroll, and you guys were the collaborators in terms of backgrounds and set whatever that switch needed.
Kind of.
Explain that.
Okay. Bobby went to California, and he was in a group called White Heat, which was the band for Barry White.
Okay.
And he wasn't singing then. He stopped singing because they teased him and said he sounded like a girl. But he was writing, and he
Had that high falsetto.
Yes, he sounded like them boys, them little choir boys, and be singing in the New York choir. Yeah, Bobby had a beautiful voice. So he got shy about singing and stopped singing, and went out to California playing the piano and writing songs. He had met Greg Williams at school. Actually, Greg was my friend in school. And I introduced him to my brother Bobby. We had started a black choir there called Sounds of Soul. And from there, he saw that Bobby was great and had his own unique style, and encouraged Bobby to play. So he was playing little nightclubs, like the teenage nightclubs. So we were teenagers. So after that, the group broke up. Barry let the group go. Barry White. And they were on their own. Greg had a tape of Bobby singing, and the group had disbanded.
Now you are Bunny DeBarge.
I'm Bunny DeBarge.
Okay, I just want to let them remember. I just want them to know that.
Yes, I'm Bunny DeBarge. And the group had disbanded, and Greg went out with the tape, along with Tommy and some other members of Switch that are now, Switch. But Bobby wasn't with them. And so Jermaine heard the tape, and it had Bobby's voice on it. So when they actually did the showcase, Bobby wasn't there because Bobby was no longer in the group. So they were like shocked. Where is the voice that we heard on the tape? And they said, oh, well, he's no longer in the group. So Tommy raises his hand. That's my brother. And he wanted Bobby to be in the group. But I'm telling my book here.
Okay.
He wanted Bobby to be in the group.
Well, wait. So, you'll come back to it. This information, this story, this part of your life and everything is in a book?
Yes. I have 2 books out.
Okay, now we're going to come back to the story about all of the other leading up to that, but hit your book a little bit real quickly.
Okay.
And we'll come back to the book, too.
3-book series. 3-book series,
okay.
Yes. I never wrote a book before, so it was large, and I had to break it down, and it was very therapeutic. The book is called The Kept Ones, and it's actually a story. It's my story, from my eyes of the things that I went through in life. Book 1 is our beginning years, the when I was a little girl, how we grew up. And the second book is the fame years. The third book is victory. So we go through a lot in our childhood, the child abuse, which is in the first book. The second book is the fame years, the drug problems. Everybody knows some of the story, but they're getting it from me, the oldest in the family, and also the girl in the group. So it goes up to there to actually Bobby gets sick. The third book starts with Bobby dying and my father dying, which was a big turnaround in my life, and talks about the victory, how I got through all the trials that I went through in my life.
And you're talking about your family, the DeBarge family.
I'm talking about me in my family, DeBarge.
And the reason I continue to put that out there is for those family members who are just watching, just tuning in and say, okay, well, I want them to know we've got the star herself, Miss Bunny DeBarge family. Look at this. And like I said, I had a crush, like a whole lot of folks had a crush.
Well, thank you.
But please continue about your books, because can they purchase the books still today, or can you get the books online?
Yes, I have a book signing today, and you can also, yes,
okay,
you can also get the book online. I'm at 8109 East Jefferson at the Frederick House Inn. I hope I'm saying that right, but the address is 8109 East Jefferson from 5 to 7. And I'll be there talking about my book. You can get a picture with me and buy a book.
You can continue. I'm just setting up so
Okay.
you can put the cameras on it.
Yeah, you
pretty
can buy
soon.
a book. The third book isn't out yet. I'm working on it now, talking about the victory, the things the triumph. It's a redemption story. And hopefully this story will be a series where we get from the real DeBarge, a real DeBarge person telling the story. But it's not a DeBarge story because that's another thing. A DeBarge story includes us all.
So now you went through a process where you had the barge, and then there was the barge. Can you explain that? And tell. Can you spell what I'm trying to tell the family that was like?
Okay, you talking about Switch, the group Switch, and how
Um,
Bobby got with Switch? I'm not sure what your
Okay.
question is.
Here's where I am. It said something about you were with the group. It was when y'all started. It was DeBarge,
It was DeBarge, the DeBarges.
the DeBarges, and then later you changed it to just.
DeBarge.
Thank you,
Right.
thank you. I did
So
my
you
homework.
want to know why we did that?
Yeah.
I don't know why we did that. James wasn't in the group, but it had nothing to do with James. They just Motown decided to take it from the DeBarges to DeBarge. Our very first album, for one thing, was shelved. We did Outside Managers. That's another story in the book, and so they kind of didn't promote that album. And we came back and got with Inside Managers, which is a little quick thing. And they called us DeBarge.
Okay. Um, Tell us about songwriting. You know, you were writing songs. You're still writing songs. How did you develop that? And you wrote songs for, you and your brothers wrote songs. You wrote songs with Switch.
Right.
Talk to about that. Talk to us about that a bit.
Well, I started at a very early age writing poems, and I would listen to my mother write. She was constantly writing little jingles, or little songs around the house and giving them for us to sing. So it was in my blood, actually. It was in my blood. But I would write poems, and so I knew how to. I thought that everything should rhyme, but I learned in my songwriting everything didn't have to rhyme, But I don't know. It was just in my blood to write with my brothers, and I didn't realize how great I was until actually we got to Motown and they were like it all.
And you were a lead singer.
I'm a lead singer.
Now, with all of that competition with the voices, and your brothers have beautiful voices.
Thank you.
I mean, how did all of that happen in the family that everybody could sing and have little distinctive voices though?
Well, I guess that's from God as well. I started first, and like I said, we started at church singing, and I was more bolder when I was a little girl. When I got older, I was, I stood back. But then my uncle took me under his wings, who was the pastor. And when we went to Grand Rapids, he used to carry me with him as he preached. And he would always say, I have a surprise for you today. And he would bring up his little niece. And I would sing Only What You Do for Christ Will Last. Or was it Somebody Bigger Than You and I? So I got, I had an audience. And I'm going to tell you, it was nothing like that church audience, too.
Do you still do church?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I haven't done any recently, but I'm looking forward to be doing some. I've got a lot of songs that I've written for the series that I'm praying to come out. Songs that God has given me through things in life. That's the type of writer I am. I'm the type of
Go
writer.
into that. Explain more about that.
Yeah, I'm the type of writer that actually writes from things that are happening in my life. At the time, if it was a guy that I was with, the little things that were going on, I would write about it. It would be very passionate. So I would write about it. like a dream. When I wrote a dream, I wrote about from a girl's point of view in high school how we had a crush on a guy that never knew that we had that crush, and how we would dream about him, and it was just a fantasy that we wished was reality. So I wrote about that. My brother Bobby would come to me with a storyline, and I would take that storyline and write a story. So it's coming from poetry, coming from writing stories. And when I was a little girl, I used to watch Shirley Temple all the time. So I actually wanted to be on Broadway.
Broadway?
Yes, I did.
Wow, wow. Now, who on Broadway inspired you, Miss Bonnie DeBarge?
Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple.
She wasn't on Broadway, but yes. Musicals. My mother hated musicals, but I loved musicals. With Fred Astaire.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when she look at you like, you I just had to stop for a moment because I kind of tilted I had to shake my shoulder for a minute, just. It's live, so I mean,
my sister tells me all the time I'm a flirt. I be like, I ain't flirting. It just comes natural.
It's just that's why I say I had to just come out of that chill because when a lady is working it and she's working it and she's doing something, but she's working it, it's like, oh, okay.
It's the man in you. Rough.
This is Bonnie DeBarge, This is Bonnie DeBarge. So now, if folks today, is there contact information, or how do you go about being booked, or what are you doing today with this?
Okay, I have a website, officialbunnydebarge.com. You can go there. Sally B. Waller is the one that runs that. You can get in contact with her, and she will get in contact with me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, again, officialbunnydebarge.com. Official with a capital O. I'm also on Facebook, Bunny DeBarge. I have 2 pages there that I am working, the Bunny DeBarge music page and the page that I do ministry on.
Bunny DeBarge, we're at that time we needed to go into a commercial break, but you know what? You're at a book signing. So when we come back, you'll be back with me?
Yes.
We want to talk about your books and where you are. We'll get more of that information. And are you going to give people a hug or just something special? Going to give them that wink, that Bunny DeBarge wink?
DeBarge is full of hugs. Everybody that know DeBarge, DeBarge hugs.
Hugs, all right. You give me that address, I'm going to come give me a hug too. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so I'm so happy you say I am. This is the Talk Beat Jones. I am Billy E. Jones. That Jones-sized guy. You can go to that YouTube, TV33 on demand. Pick us up. Let everybody know you like the show. Subscribe to the show. Subscribe to TV33 on demand. Tell you what, when we come back, we're going to talk to you and tell you how you can see Bonnie DeBarge today at the book signing. But we'll be right back after these commercial announcements. Oh, I see you. No, I can't get it right now. After the commercial break, I'll get it. But you go ahead and get your lemon burn. And for those of you who don't have the lemon burn, call 313-868-6612. Okay? Get your lemon burn. And we're going to talk about it after commercial break. You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones.
Hi, this is LaWanda.
This is RJ Watkins.
Coming to you to bring you some information about the #1 detox in the nation, Lemon Burn. Lemon Burn helps to turn the fat into fit. It's for you, a happier, healthier you. Because healthy is the new beautiful. An all-natural way to improve your health. It promotes a healthy digestive system, attacks and reduces belly fat, as well as gives you energy. Need to get yours today. Call 313-868-6612.
Don't forget to exercise and eat right.
Justice for Mario Willis. Truth facts, evidence matter. Log into justiceformariowillis.com. Read for yourself.
You ready to put your podcast on iHeartRadio? Yes, your podcast on iHeartRadio. What about Alexa, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android, or iPhone? Plus live TV streaming. Get your podcast seen and heard all over the world. Call 313-868-6612. Pre-recorded shows are accepted to be archived. This is a WHPR distribution platform. Download the app from the App Store. Go to WHPRTV.com. Channels available for lease 24/7 on Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. Coming soon, subscription and pay-per-view.
Also,
Block Time is available. Get yours. Call 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. Executive producer R.J. Watkins. Program director Henry Tyler. 107.5 FM WGPR HD2. RadioWeCanSee.com.
Have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones. Family. We're back with Bunny DeBarge. Bunny DeBarge. Boy, I tell you, bring my memories, and my heart is pounding. Yes, it is. But family, Bunny DeBarge is here on the Talk Beat Jones. Remember, we're on the air every Wednesday from 10 to 11. Of course, there's a repeat broadcast on Sundays from channel 152. You can go to that YouTube, pick us up. Check it out, YouTube TV33 on demand. You'll see that Billy Jones show. And we've been hot. Continue to make it hotter. Appreciate you. Bunny DeBarge, you're going to be local today.
Yes.
In the Detroit area.
Yes.
Folks can come out. They can see you. They can feel that warmth. They can feel that love. And they can receive an autograph on the book that they can purchase from you. Now,
Exactly.
okay, well, tell us a little bit about maybe where you're going to be located, the name. We're going to get the name this time, y'all.
Okay, it's at Frederick Stern House Inn at 8109 East Jefferson.
What's that
And
address
that's from
again?
5 till 7.
That address again?
8109 East Jefferson.
And the book signing time will be?
From 5 to 7.
And are you going to be doing that Bunny DeBarge look, that Bunny DeBarge charisma, that Bunny DeBarge smile, that Bunny, that loving?
I'm going to be Bunny DeBarge.
Oh boy, I tell you. Look out now. We had the police down there trying to hold them back. Now tell us, is there something in this book I should really look for, or is it just a whole book?
In this book, like I said, it's the beginning years.
Name of the book.
The name of the book, The Capped Ones. The name of the series is called The Capped Ones. The reason I call it The Capped Ones is because God has kept us through this whole thing. It talks about the child abuse. It talks about things that happened to us at an early age, all the way up to when we go to Motown Records. The second book has pictures now, and I just released it again recently. Was it Juneteenth? I think I released it again. People were asking for pictures, so I went and got some of my pictures and pictures that were on the internet, and put them together and put them in the back of each story that I felt it belonged with. So it talks about being in the studio. It talks about when I get to Motown, get to California, how different that was coming from Michigan, and how success was in the air. It has a chapter on Motown 25, how we were on there, and I'm sure all of you remember DeBarge with High Energy, and the Michael Jackson thing, and how we all sat on the side to watch Michael and all the Motown artists that came before us and paved the way. That's a chapter on that. That's a very good chapter. And we have pictures, and then it goes all the way up to my brother Bobby's death. The third book is called From Pain to Victory, and this is a redemption story, you guys, about a woman, a young girl who grew up biracial, and the problems that I had as a child, the abuse that I went through, and the drug problems. Second book with Motown, and how I am a winner from all that, and how I got through.
Come on, girl. Tell them you're a winner. Show them you're a winner.
I'm a winner.
That's right. That's right. God got you.
Yes, he does. So that's the third book. It's going to tell you how I got through. Actually, these two books just tell the story. And the third book, I'm going to elaborate on how I started writing the book just for me, and how it was put in my spirit by God to go ahead and put the book out and be a mirror to those that have secrets in their lives, and that secrets keep you sick. So it was something that really helped me. It was very therapeutic. I went with God. I had to be delivered from church because I was believing, standing up, pretending that everything was all right, and it wasn't. You asked me, "Oh, how you doing?" Blessed, highly favored, and I hadn't dealt with anything. So today, the book is going to be about how I told God in my addiction, Lord, if you are who you say you are, and I believed, from a child, I had a personal relationship with God, but He was my Savior.
Had a personal relationship with God?
Yes. He was my Savior. He was my Savior all my life. But today He's my Lord. And there is a difference. It's not taking one away from the other, but there's a difference in Him being my Lord and my Savior. I straddled the fence many years in the middle, and He said He spit you out your mouth if you're in the middle. So today is a day and time where actually we do need to make a stand, because I believe Jesus is coming back real soon.
I'm going to amen you. I'm going to amen you because, your beliefs is your beliefs. And, like I said, when you're a leader, some other folks say, I touch an agreement with you, young lady. That's right.
All right.
So what you're doing within these books, we're going to know all of the family history, all of the family secrets.
Wow.
Your secrets.
Mine.
I don't mean all.
I'm very truthful in my book, and yeah.
Family, I'm going to tell you this. She has a little girlishness about her.
Okay.
It's
tell my sister that.
I mean, it's really, she got that little girlishness about it. So like, what? This, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful to find that you have that sensitivity about you.
Thank you.
Leo.
Yes, sir.
You've been listening.
Yes, sir.
Did you know anything about the DeBarge family, the singing group?
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
They're a little bit younger than I am. So they were just one of many of the Motown stable. And I remember the brothers singing more than I remember Bonnie.
Are you talking about Elle singing, or which one?
Yes, yes.
Elle, because I was going to come back to Bonnie and ask her about that theme between Elle DeBarge and Michael Jackson, as you mentioned, watching Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about Elle and his thoughts on being compared to Michael and kind of like being the other person dealing with Michael?
I think that he honored that. We all honored Michael. I remember when we first saw them on the Ed Sullivan Show, and it gave us confidence to know, hey, we were getting ready to be stars, because we felt we had that same flavor that they had, as a family. So we also had that same favor.
You did and still do.
Yes.
Because
so, yeah, it was like, I think that Elle is like younger than me. Elle's like almost 6 years younger than me. He might be 7. I don't
Okay.
know. But so it was like me and Bobby are right next to each other. So
Bobby was special, wasn't he?
yes, he was. Yes, he was very
Okay.
special.
Yeah, I picked it up.
He was big bro, and you know, it's something how I talk about in the book how our roles changed because me being big sister is and comforting him as a child when we were children. When we got older and he went to Motown and he found out who Bobby DeBarge was, the whole role changed and he became my big brother.
You know, like I said, this Elle and Michael, and I think today, because your brother Elle, he still had music out. He's still doing things.
Yes, he is.
He made a great comeback.
Yes, he's just here in Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh man, I got the other DeBarge right here. I got the lead DeBarge. I got the first one out, the family DeBarge right here.
Exactly.
I got the one that made my heart go boom, 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 boom right here.
Thank you.
Tell me something. If the family was looking today at you, with you, and you want them to come and see you perform, what could they expect?
They could expect DeBarge because I have a lot to do with the sound in DeBarge. Did a lot of songwriting with DeBarge. Didn't do All This Love, but did Time Will Reveal. A whole lot of the songs. If you go on my website, you will see the songs. I don't want to name them all, but I have a lot to do with the sound of DeBarge. And on every album, Bunny DeBarge had her day.
I couldn't find that in your Apple Music library.
What I was doing is I wanted to pull up, you've got so many hits. You've got so many records, music that you put together with your brothers,
Yes.
wrote with your brothers, wrote with yourself. So I was going to pull them up and just name them because I'm sure folks would recognize the music that you have put out in your catalog already.
Yes. Well, with Bobby, I did This Is My Dream, Love Me Over and Over Again, it's on the Shaft, the new Shaft picture. It's at the end, Love Me Over and Over Again. I did Friend in the Sky. I did some work with High Energy with Bobby, Hold On to My Love.
Yes.
Also, in DeBarge, I did Stay With Me, Time Will Reveal, A
Come on now.
Dream. I did, oh, wow, what else?
Go ahead. That's what I'm saying.
Share My World, a song that Elle and I sing together. What's Your Name? So a lot of the sound has to do with me in DeBarge, and even though I might not have been the lead singer, I am a lead singer of DeBarge.
How do they determine who's going to lead a particular song, or is that a fight between y'all two?
No, it wasn't a fight. Actually, Elle was the producer because Elle was musically the piano player. And so I would say back then the producers were mostly the music director, who is the keyboard player. Elle was the keyboard player and he was the bottom line. So
He had the final place. He had final say.
he had to bring things home, okay, and in the albums and stuff. So, but I would always come with my song on every album. I'd always have my song. In the beginning, it started out with us actually making sure that everybody had a song. We were family. So when the group broke up, it wasn't just the group that broke up. It was a family that was disbanded as well.
Right.
And I talk about that in the book.
Yeah, because I was about to ask you, so what causes a family that is talented to be pulled apart? Is it the personalities, or is it the egos, or is
I
it
think actually the fame
fame.
caused a lot of the family to fall apart. If they would have pushed any of the other guys like they did Elle, they would have been the one. But Elle was, like I said, the music director, the one that had to follow up and come through, be the bottom line. So that was the one that they pushed. But that did cause a lot of confusion in the family amongst the boys, not with me. I went on to do a solo album, but like I said, there's a lot of politics, and you can read that in the book.
Get it in the book.
Yes,
Get it
I
in the
don't want
book.
to tell the
And-
whole story, but it did cause confusion among the family members.
You know, and as you're speaking about your brother L, those outside of the family would not have known that he had all of these skills. You know,
Right,
he's-
people didn't know that Al could play the keyboard.
Yeah, I
until
mean,
later on. Yes, he's a great keyboard player, just as great as he is a great singer and a songwriter. Al has it all around. I don't think he's that great of a dancer, but he does.
'cause I was gonna say his voice. You know, you could see that connection because he plays. His voice is keys.
Yes.
Am I somewhat true with that?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's a fabulous keyboard player. He's a singer's keyboard player. And he's a great arranger and a great producer. And he's my brother.
Well, you know, you see a guy like that, he looks that good. You don't want to think that he could do all of those things.
He's all of it. He
Because
is.
it's not something where you just wake up and do. You have to learn. You have to work at his skills to learn these things.
And it was hard for El to really get on that piano because Bobby was on it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And but he watched his brother, and he's much younger than Bobby as well. Bobby and I are a year apart, so El's like about 6-7 years younger than Bobby. So he used to be sitting, I can see him right now, at the wall watching Bobby. And when Bobby would get up to go to the bathroom or whatever, he'd jump on there for a minute. But then at church, my Uncle Bill took him under his arms as well and got him some lessons, but the teacher said, you know, he's too far gone. He's in his ear. He can't learn the notes like it. He's too much in his ear. So El's got his own thing.
Which means he plays with ear.
Yes,
By the ear.
plays by ear. You know, so. But El has his own thing, and it was amazing to watch him with Harvey Mason and Joe Sample and you know, they are all in the studio together with my brother, and I'm like, wow, these are people that were our mentors, you know, that were playing on our album, and El was able to sit there and you know,
Do his thing with them.
yeah, you
Wow,
know,
wow,
so,
wow. Now,
yeah.
what in your career would you say is your highlight?
I think our highlight was Motown 25. Yeah. When we went on Motown 25, we had just got back. We had just did the album All This Love. We had just got back in good terms with Motown. Barry Gordy was actually our manager, but we were working with Suzanne Dupas and Tony Jones and Suzanne Costin. And it went really fast, but before you know it, we were there. You know, they were coming and asking us. We were going out to the chairman's house, and I can remember our ride up there and how, you know, looking at, wow, look at this mansion, you know, and how Barry Gordy was there for us. So yeah, I think that was the big highlight moment of our career, Motown 25.
And the deepest part of your heart was the loss of Bobby.
Yes.
You talk about that for a moment.
Well, he was. Bobby was
Bobby's-
the one
Bobby's
that paved the way.
the brother.
Yes, my brother Bobby. He's right next to me. We're not even a year apart. We're born in the same month. We used to have our birthday together every year. And like I said, the roles turned around after you read the book and what we went through in our childhood. And then going to Motown and dealing with the drug problems and things that we had never dealt with in our childhood. Bobby was very close to me. And we went through it together. So when I lost him, I felt like it was a big thing because all the other boys used to listen to Bobby. And now Bobby's gone. So I don't think my family has ever come together as a family to even deal with Bobby's death, you know?
Okay. Now, change my seat. Tell me this. How was it that demon drugs affected so many of the family members?
I think because we're so close knit, was cursed. I think we were cursed. Actually, it went down and streamed down through the other members, in the family, because we were close, because we cared about one another, and that brought about us being dysfunctional.
Dysfunctional, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
dysfunctional in our love, dysfunctional in our forgiveness, and it's crazy because the first 5 of us are the ones that actually went through the abuse in our childhood. So Elle is the oldest of the second 5, and they didn't really go through the abuse. They had a different mother and father at that time. So it's like they just knew.
So they didn't get that family
No.
pain
No,
that
they
you guys
didn't.
grew up
They
with.
didn't. They just saw us go through it, the repercussions of what went on. But we were all close knit. Just growing up as children, being biracial.
Explain. Wait. Tell us, what was it like being born, raised as a biracial child? What was, because people would think, oh, they got this advantage to this, they got the advantage to this, oh, they're getting this because of this and that, etc. Would you explain the pain that goes along with being biracial at that time?
Wow, it was really, really different for us because, for one thing, we didn't see other children like us. And my father was white and my mom was black.
Okay.
So when we did see biracial, it was the black man and the white woman. So we were disowned by my father's family, never knowing them. And
Did that hurt the family, the children?
well,
the
not
wife?
at first, because my mother's family was very loving.
Okay.
And but it was different with the children. As children, cousins, children can be very mean.
Oh, boy.
Okay. And they're, when we would get in arguments or whatever, they would say little things as well about, us being biracial, half breeds or whatever. But because we
Special
were,
word during that time.
yes, very special. We didn't fit in, and so it's very big when you're a child and you're trying to fit in with the other kids or whatever. Like I said, the white kids used to think that we weren't good enough, and the black kids felt that we were better. So we kind of stuck with one another. We had one another, and we had our singing that we did.
So do you think, because of that outside confusion that the family was facing with the fact that you were not accepted on this side and not accepted on that side, and you're trying to find your way, that could have contributed to the drugs,
Yes.
hiding that pain, that internal
Yes.
pain, even though
Yes,
you...
just and the pain from not dealing with the things that happened
Mhm.
in our childhood, keeping secrets. They keep you sick.
Is
And
that
I
the
think
book
back
then?
then, yes, I think back then we were venting. We weren't, it wasn't, you can go on television and talk about the things that were going on with us in our household. We had to keep things quiet, keep
Yes,
things a
yes.
secret. And my mother believed that we should just forgive. And
So the drugs became a process where that handled the pain, internal
to
pain,
handle the pain.
the personal
Yes,
pain.
The personal pain.
And everybody, and what I was looking at is that it wasn't just your pain. It wasn't just Bobby's pain, but it was a pain that the outside world was putting on you
Exactly.
individually, that you really had no way to express it or combat it,
Exactly.
except being
and then all of a
together.
sudden we're these stars, and we're being pulled in every direction. We don't know anything about the music business. We're coming from a church world, and all that stuff. All of a sudden, God's mad at us. That's what we feel. God's mad at us because we're singing devil music now. So we're not even in relationship with God anymore. That's what we feel.
Right,
Right.
right.
And we're on that, and then we're getting all these people that are being nice to us. Okay, we're thinking we're not knowing that they have agendas, things like that. And we're pushing each other out of the way and bringing these people in, which is very hurtful to one another.
Yes, yes. Miss Bunny DeBarge, we have just a few minutes more. So what I'd like for you to do is to look into that camera. You're going to be blessing us today at your book signing. Once again, tell us where the book signing is and what do you want to offer the folks who come to receive your books and your signature, your autograph.
Okay, my warm
And for
embrace
for those
is
of
what I
us
want
who
to
can't
offer.
get there,
And I want to
how can we
offer
get the
them
book?
2 stories.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. What was happening there? That was Mr. Leo Brazil, and he was saying, say it real quick, Mr. Leo Brazil.
For those of us who can't get there in Detroit, they're here in Oakland, how can we get the book?
Okay, you can get the book on official BunnyDeBarge.com and at Amazon. I would rather you go to my website and get it because I've been dealing with a lot of scams. We could have talked about that today with my book. But you can go to Bunny DeBarge, official BunnyDeBarge.com, and get the one with the bow around it. It's over here.
Okay.
With a bow around it, and this one with the green writing at the top. And that's at official BunnyDeBarge.com.
So,
Is
folks,
that Bonnie DeBarge one word?
Yes, it's all together. Official BunnyDeBarge.com.
Okay.
Capital O, though.
all right. Thank you, Mr. Leo Brazil, and we'll look forward to being with you next week, Mr. Leo Brazil, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, and Leo, say real quickly to your fans and your friends, say goodbye to them, please.
Well, goodbye from the West Coast. Always glad to hear from our boy Billy Jones, and love this interview today. I'm interested. I'm going to get the book.
All right, that's been Miss Bunny DeBarge. Thank you, Mr. Leo Brazil. So tell us about where we can go to get the book and everything.
Okay. The book is, you can come, the book signing today is at Frederick Stern House Inn at 8109 East Jefferson. Again, 8109 East Jefferson. And it's from 5 to 7. You can come out there and you can get a picture with me. You can also get a T-shirt. We have T-shirts and my 2 books. The 2 from a 3-book series, the kept ones.
And are these the books here?
Those are the books.
Okay. And so now to your fans that are waiting to hear and to see you, what would you say to them?
I'm ready to see you as well.
And so, family, you want to spread the word that Bunny DeBarge, she's here, she's ready. You can see the life story in her books. Everything you want to know, everything you thought you should know, everything you may not have wanted to know, it's in the book. It's in the books. So you want to go out today to that book signing and receive the love, the blessings that she has to offer. Miss Bunny DeBarge. Family, this has been the Talk Beat Jones. I am that guy, Jones of Size, coming to you very soon within the next week or two. And go to YouTube, TV33 on demand. Tell your friends if they missed the show today, they can pick it up on that YouTube TV33 on demand this date, and anytime they can pick it up, share it all around the world. I have had a great program, a great day. My heart's pounding. I have had today with me on the Talk Beat Jones, Miss Bunny DeBarge. Go to that book signing. Family, we love you. We appreciate you. Nothing but respect. We're going to leave you now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
You wouldn't have to go anywhere because this is the Talk Beat Jones.